Complementary Medicine Practitioner of Brennan Healing Science. And Brennan Healing Science was discovered by Dr. Barbara Brennan, who was a physicist at NASA. And she basically started seeing correlations between the magnetic field around the human body and the auric field, or the energy meridians or lines that come from ancient or Eastern medicines. So basically alignments of the energy meridians, moving into different power centers, which they call chakras, and was able to see that the actual spin of the chakra or certain blocks in the energy field and how that's connected to the disease process. So.
And so how does it work? The kind of simplest explanation of how the Brennan method works.
Yeah. So I work with the energy of the body and those energy lines and meridians and the chakras to help release blocks in the energy field, which over time, like a rock in a stream, can decrease the flow and can lead to disease. So by pulling out those blocks, or by taking a rock out of the stream, we're able to reopen those pathways, and the body is able to come back into balance and back into health.
And how could it work to heal, let's say, cancer, or to address cancer? What would be the...
Well, with cancer, I mean, I definitely always have to put out there that we don't, as a complementary medicine, we don't cure cancer per se, but we work as all holistic therapies with the body as a whole person. So this modality really specifically helps with the side effects of chemo, lessening the side effects, helping with the vitality of the system, helping the endocrine system to heal. So it works in that regard. We don't treat cancer itself. It's definitely, I would say, complementary to the natural treatments.
And what's a treatment? What's a treatment like? How does it work? Like, what happens? Somebody comes to your office, and what do they do?
It's sessions are normally an hour. So the first 15 to 20 minutes, I usually sit down with my client and speak to them about what's going on in their lives, emotionally, what's coming up for them. Because in this modality, we really look at the whole person, and a lot of it is emotional work and belief systems that we've been carrying since childhood. So characterology work is also involved, and really diving into the thought process and how that's involved. I know researchers are saying 87% of all illnesses basically come from our thought processes. And you know, where we put our thoughts, our energy follows. So looking at reason, will, and emotion, you know, these three modifiers of the body, how are they in balance? And if we spend more time in our head, in our reason, you know, that's going to cause imbalances in our emotion and our will, or physical well-being. So the idea is to bring our conscious awareness to all three places to create that.
So I want to get back to that idea, those three things, because that was a really interesting thought, and I hadn't heard that much about it. But let's go back to kind of just very simply, what happens in the session. Does somebody fill out a questionnaire? Do they?
Oh, right, for an initial intake, yeah, absolutely. So you come in and fill out an extensive, not only physically what's going on, but also emotionally. Have you experienced any traumatic experiences in your life? And we do talk about what happens in childhood, because a lot of blocks can start here, and then we'll keep recreating experiences that kind of increase a block or a certain habitual reaction. So we start to become, I help my clients to become more conscious of, you know, a habit that may be created from a belief system in childhood, so they can actually see a choice. That life is full of choices, and we can start being curious and question the environment around us and say, oh well, why is it I always do that when I run into somebody who has this characteristic or quality? Like, that's not who I am. So fill out a questionnaire, and we'll talk a little bit about that, and then the rest of the time is table work. My clients lie down on a massage table, fully clothed, and the entire technique is done through light touch and also transmissions of certain frequencies and working with the physiology and